effectively acknowledge all the behaviors and esteem guests. And I extend my greetings to you all. My talk is on education, man, and society. If you like, you can break it. Education, man, and its society. When I talk about education here, I do not mean, I do not want to distinguish from this kind of education from another. I am trying to talk about functional education, true education, proper education, and comprehensive education. By this I mean any of training that aims at total change or balance change of the total personality of man. I mean a balanced growth, a balanced development of a total personality of man. The man I'm talking about, the unit of analysis. He is the center of my discussion. What is the role of education in man? And then what is the role of man in his society? Kind of education must be comprehensive. It's not a kind of education where someone will go to university or polytechnic and pursue for the sake of getting a good job. It's not a kind of education that you will go to polytechnic or college of education or university for the sake of certificate. I'm not talking about the kind of education that you will pursue for the sake of title, that prohibited. No. I am talking. The other point has talked about. I will give you an example of Sheikh Usman Dabuni. I'm talking about education. This kind of education is comprehensive. A country, every country must aspire to have that kind of education. Talking about change. And many people that has come here to talk to you are saying that you are youth, the future of this country is in your hand, the future of this country is in your this and that. Let me tell you, I am optimistic that this country will definitely change. However, how the future of this country will never be in your hand if you do not pursue this kind of education that I want to talk about. Because being expert in chemistry, expert in Islamic studies, or being expert in public administration or political science or agriculture or technology, or being expert in medical line will never make you honest. Am I right? Being expert in medical sciences, can it make you honest, faithful, dedicated? No. Being expert in political science will never make you honest, dedicated, faithful, fair, and just. That is why I said a balanced growth. This kind of education that I'm talking must instill righteousness in man. He must be honest, fair, dedicated, faithful. This kind of education must do away with corruption, inefficiency, banditry, ethnicity, political thuggery, and other such of evils, other similar. This kind of education that I'm talking about is the kind of education that has element of physical science, social science, management science, element of art, philosophy, ethics, critical thinking, and others. Any knowledge devoid of one of these is not complete. It's not a complete knowledge and cannot be righteous in man. And therefore, any person that pursue incomplete knowledge will never change or reform his country. We are talking about change. Every one of us here is aspiring for change. How do we change? We must acquire balanced education. An education with ethics. Education that will instill virtues in us. Education that will make us honest. Education that will make us peaceful, dedicated, and efficient. Unless we pursue this kind of education, then we can be able to change our country. Otherwise, we will continue to pursue education because of certificate, because of title, because of good job. Yes, good job is good. I'm not saying that you should not pursue education to get good job. Yes, good job. I'm not saying we should not pursue education in order to get profit. Yes, profit is good, but profit should not be at the expense of masses. Yes, good job is good. Good life. Yes, you can pursue education in order to have good life. Yes, good life, but that good life should not be at the expense of masses. Yes, title. Yes, certificate, but not only certificate, but diligence. Diligence. In summary, the message I want to extend is that we have education, and education has to change mind. That education is comprehensive. Because as I have stated, I will never believe, and I don't agree, and many scholars have argued that chemistry, public administration, and political science alone cannot make you honest. We have many people are educated in this country, and it does not make us to be honest. Why? Because our education is not complete. Education is not only about writing and reading, it is not about knowing technology, it is not about knowing this and that. No. Is that clear? Therefore, the role of education is in man is to instill vital. Not trying to distinguish between Western education and traditional education. A country requires, probably you can read the ideas of Al-Farabi. A country requires traditional as well as conventional education in order to change. Young people, the future of this country can only be in your hand when you pursue education, not because of certificate, not because of title, not because of good job. You have to pursue education, kind of education that will instill in you good values, the kind of education that will instill honesty, dedication, faithfulness, and justice. Thank you very much.